Have you ever met a subconscious quitter before? What does that even mean, you might ask? It means the absence of thought. Generally, people who quit something and never relapse woke up one day and decided that was the last day with that substance. It would be no more. No 12-step program, no weaning off, no accountability buddy, no extra thoughts aimed at staying sober. If anything, they just went about their life as if they were always sober and never struggling with addiction before. That's how powerful a subconscious shift can truly be. Most people who quit weed and end up relapsing are the same people who always think about staying sober or trying to avoid smoking altogether. Eventually, they relapse because that's not how change happens or how the mind works. What we focus on in life tends to be what we do or become in life. It's no different than me telling you to not think of a purple elephant or your childhood room. This is how the mind works. Our minds think in images, sounds, and as well as feelings within the body, such as a gut feeling or butterflies in the stomach. And this is just kind of an overall understanding of how much our emotions can impact us on a day-to-day basis. If you are trying to not do something like think of a purple elephant, don't think of it. Don't think about what your childhood room was like on a sunny day. Don't think of the smells that were around that time. Don't think about where you might be positioned in your childhood room when it comes to recalling this. It's very difficult to go through life and not think of something and end up free from it. So if this is something that you're struggling with, it's time that you really get honest with yourself, because the people that quit, it's just something that they did and they move on with their life. They're not trying to avoid going past a dispensary on their way home. They're not Xing off certain friend groups in the hopes that they won't be exposed to certain people that are still smoking weed. They just go about their life. I knew people that actually have quit even smoking cigarettes before, and they still find themselves hanging around people that smoke a cigarette. They smell the nicotine. They smell all the different things that they once were addicted to. Yet there's no feeling or real thought that goes into not smoking, because they had a subconscious shift. The internal relationship that they have to that joint or that cigarette being a viable solution is no longer there. Therefore, the relapses don't happen. Sure, they may have a couple thoughts of, oh wow, that does smell familiar, it smells nice, but that's about it. There's really not much that goes into change when you've had a true change on a deeper level. Because you can try and force it. You can try to do a 12-step program. You can try weaning off and using CBD. You can get an accountability buddy. You can, try to be very vigilant and strategic in the way that you go about your life, trying to avoid triggering points that remind you of smoking. But that is doomed to fail. That's why people relapse, because the subconscious desire has not been met. And once that need is met, that's when addiction falls away. It requires no thought, no effort. It's just something that happens. And so if you're tired of having this issue for yourself, reach out. I'll be more than glad to help you, and we can get this resolved to where you're not having a relapse, and to where even the withdrawal symptoms are minimal or non-existent at all. So, if you're ready, reach out.